I feel watching thoughts is the essence of all practices in religions. Thoughts become just like objects in front of me. Well, this isn't actually about watching thoughts, what I'm talking about. It's this energetic expansion into what you are, which is everything. It's this energy of expanding and no longer seeking to be something in time. It's not about feeling good or not thinking certain things or not behaving certain ways or being a good person or a bad person. It's this energy that expands into everything. And this energy is not a thing, and it's everything. And it could be related to what people call the I am or the empty looking. But it's no thing and it's everything. And it's watching itself, and it's not located anywhere. It's watching itself in its appearances. It is itself in its appearances. The I am is everywhere, the consciousness is everywhere. Everything is nothing, and it's right here, and everything appears in it. So we don't arrive at who we are. Everything is coming and going in who we are. And what was your question again? And thoughts come and go in this. Now, thoughts do make up the identity. I believe that the identification with the person comes from the ability to think. So I don't think that animals are identified. It's only humans, and it arose with the appearance of thinking and language, but it became energetic. So at a certain age, you, at 2 or 3, you began to say, I am, what is your name? Sun. Oh, that's a lovely name. I am sun. I am sun. And it began to feel like there was a sun behind the eyes looking out of the world, whereas before there was only life looking and experiencing itself. There was nobody experiencing itself. But this repetition of the thought, I am sun, gave an energetic experience of being inside this body. And then it says, I am this body. I am happy. I am sad. I am angry. I am right. I am wrong. And then the thinking got more exaggerated. I am angry because of Joe. Joe is bad. Joe makes me angry. Joe plays power games. Joe is passive aggressive. Joe wants to put me down. Joe wants to beat me. Joe wants to be better than me. Joe wants to steal my girlfriend. Joe wants to steal my house. And then there is an identification with that. So total belief that that is who you are, and that Joe, this horrible person called Joe, is really real. And none of it's true. None of that's true. Thinking is a perspective and not reality, but it energetically feels like it's true. It really feels like a Joe is out there in relationship to you, and he's doing all these bad things. And there's a total identification with that. This feeling like you're in relationship and you go through all these emotions of fear of losing your home or losing your wife or what he's going to do to you or whatever it is, this paranoia, and you're totally identified with it. So your body is totally holding all those emotions, and the emotions are going crazy with the thinking. So as you think negative things, all your emotions become negative, and it becomes this person against the world. Whereas before that happened, at 1 or 2 years old, there was never somebody in this body, there was never sun inside this body experiencing an outside world. There was this pure beingness that was innocent and free. And it's this shift of identification from being this narrow, limited person back to this huge, infinite spaciousness. And it's not so much about not thinking. Thinking can still happen. It's this collapse of identification with the thinking. So I can still have all types of thoughts. I can think my neighbours are, no, in case my neighbours are watching. I can think I got sold a bad cup. It's not a very good cup. That wasn't very nice of them to sell that cup. But it's not true. It's not reality. They didn't really do it, and that's not, my thoughts don't reflect reality. They're just a way in which we communicate. And so then I can go back to the shop, so I can imagine all this, I can go back to the shop and I can say, this cup is broken and not very good. And then they can say, but madame, when you bought it, it was a very good cup. You made it not very good. And then we can have like, meh, 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 meh. The suffering comes with the identification with it, the belief that that's true. It's not about not having the thoughts. It's not about not going back and having a confrontation with her. I mean, we want to aspire to be nice people, not as a game, but we want to aspire to, you know, evolve to be nicer as a race. But that's not what enlightenment's about. I just say all that for all the psychopaths listening. I'm sure there's a percentage of my listeners that are psychopaths, and they're the ones that are saying, not me. Not me, I'm not the psychopaths. The ones that aren't the psychopaths are most people like, is she talking to me? I'm joking. I'm really screwing people. People are like, ah, God, I'm a psychopath. I'm joking. I can't distinguish that, but I'm just trying to tame in the people that will do anything to get what they want. Hold your horses. Think about how that would feel if someone did it to you. So it's not about having that. It's not about any of the thinking not being there, although thinking will more than likely be reduced. It's that that's not who you are. You're not the person that went into the shop and confronted the lady about selling you a bad cup. Who you are is that infinite energy in which the character is rising in. And it's the same as her. And none of what you think on the character level or what she says on the character level is truth. But you still feel that you'd like a different cup. But that's not reality. Reality is the I am is present. Everything on the human level can always be debated. There are things that are more true and things that are obviously less true, but that's not the point at this moment. Sorry, I got hypnotized by the cliffs. Oh, Khaleesi. Sorry, when a dog actually makes a sound when she farts, it's quite funny. Normally they just do it like psss. But she actually went and then they get a bit of a fright normally and they're like, oh, what was that? Yeah, so basically what you were saying, what you think isn't true. I've lost my train of thought again. I have been told before by a few people, I've never been diagnosed with this, I'm a slightly ADHD, attention deficit disorder. I watched a video on it and I can see some relationship, but not that much.